Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. For those of you that are new, welcome. My name is Jasmine, but you can call me Raymay. In this video, I kind of wanted to talk about my top 5 shonen series of all time. I'm well aware that most of the time it's really hard to pick favorites, especially when it comes to shonen, shoujo, seinen, and josei manga. My picks are always changing, so as of this moment right now, these are my top 5 shonen titles. Of course, I'm gonna have some honorable mentions, so yeah, let's get started. So I wanted to start off this video with my main favorite series, which has been my number 1, and I don't exactly see it ever changing, and that series is One Piece. I love One Piece. Like, okay, when I first started reading manga and I first started watching anime, my main favorite series of all time was either Bleach or Naruto. But after watching One Piece and catching up on the manga and the anime, like, I just completely fell in love with the story. I just love it. The adventure, you know, there are parts of the series where it really gets you thinking and really relates to reality. It's so much more than just a fictional world, you know. I just simply love it. And of course, with the One Piece live action, I'm super excited for that as well. And yeah, if you haven't checked out this series, please do. I know it could be a little daunting with how long it is, but it's really worth watching and reading. So the next series I wanted to talk about, which previously was my top 1 shonen manga series until One Piece overtook that spot, and that series is Bleach. I love Bleach. I love the story. I love the characters. I love the entire world. I love just how, I don't know how to explain it. I just love it so much. And Ichigo, Rukia, Renji, Byakuya, Hitsugaya, Rangiku, they're all such precious characters. It will be very rare if you come across a character that you don't like. Of course, there are characters I don't like there, but overall, I feel like all the characters are very memorable. You know, the powers are very memorable. The anime adaptation of the 1,000-Year Blood War has completely, it makes me so glad to be a Bleach fan, honestly. Like, I just love it. And if you haven't gotten into it, please do. It's so worth the read, and I really hope that somehow Taito Kubo sensei just continues the series. I know just recently they released a new chapter and it was just amazing. I was like, man, I really hope that this continues on, you know, just like Boruto like kind of continued on for Naruto. I really hope that there's a continuation of this series as well. And for the next series, I was completely surprised that this kind of became my favorite. I mean, I knew that it was gonna be a favorite of mine. I just remember reading it and just kind of crying a lot. And you know, I'm a very emotional person, so if like a movie or a TV show or a book makes me cry, like it automatically just becomes a favorite. And that series was Toilet Bound Hanako-kun. I was so surprised that I cried with this. Like, just reading the first couple of volumes, I never would have guessed that it would be a series that would make me cry. I was pleasantly surprised, and yeah, it became a top 5 for me. And I think just like with Bleach and One Piece, I don't think this one will necessarily change. Who knows? I'm not saying for sure, but I feel like this would remain in my top 5 no matter what. But yeah, if you haven't given this a read yet, please do. It's so good, and it's very unexpected, just so you know. And yeah, Toilet Bound Hanako-kun. Next series I'm going to be talking about, which of course might be no surprise to anyone, but this series was actually the 3rd manga series that I started collecting, and that series is Jujutsu Kaisen. I love this series. I know many people like think it's very overhyped, and that's fine. You know, if you think it's overhyped and you don't get it, that's fine. you know, I personally love this series, and I think it will always remain in my top 5. Who knows, unless there's another shonen series that comes up and completely overtakes any of these. But yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen. So for the next series, it's sort of gonna be kind of included with an honorable mention, only because they're done by the same creator and they're technically in the same world, so I feel like they're literally just one series as a whole. Of course, not everyone probably thinks that way, but yeah, that series is Fire Force and Soul Eater. I love these series so much. The art is so amazing. Like, anyone who knows me knows that the reason, well, not the main reason, but part of a reason, I honestly don't know what I'm saying, but one of the reasons why I collect manga is for the art. And Atsushi Okobu, like, his art, I love it. And don't get me wrong, the fan service in these series annoy the hell out of me, but overall, like, if I just overlook that, the series as a whole, the story, the way that it all ties in together, it's just so amazing. And he's such a great storyteller. Like, I just love these two series. And yeah, if you haven't gotten into it, or if you're kind of just trying to stay away from it because of the fan service, just please give it a try, like, at least, because honestly, the more you get into the story, the less fan service you'll see. At least I think so, in my opinion, or at least maybe I'm just used to it and I just ignore it at this point. But when you really, like, keep reading on and you get more into the story, you'll see less of the fan service, and yeah, you'll see that these two series are completely amazing. Or if you give it a try and you don't like it, well, then that's fine too. But for me, these are my favorite. And yeah. So for the last series I'll be talking about, it is an honorable mention, only because I felt like just choosing 5 shonen series were too hard. Literally everything in my collection is my favorite, so to just choose 5, it was really hard. But yeah, for this honorable mention, it's gonna be Blue Exorcist. I remember watching the anime a few years back. Luckily, that didn't bend it in any type of way, didn't damage it in any way, but yeah, from the minute I set it up, I knew that it was gonna fall, and yeah. But yeah, Blue Exorcist, I remember watching the anime, like I said, and it just caught my attention. Like, I don't know what it was about it that caught my attention, but I just remember being really hooked. And then the second season came out, and I felt very confused because I was like, okay, what is going on? Because I was confused, okay? And then that's when I decided, okay, I'm gonna get into the manga. And then I realized that half of the first season technically didn't really happen that way, whereas the second season was more of how the story went in the manga. So, I mean, if you are an anime only, I guess it doesn't really matter. But if you're a manga collector and you've read the manga, then obviously you're gonna be like, okay, this is a lot different than the manga. This is what's not included. But yeah, I was really glad to have read the manga and actually gotten more into the story. I really regret not starting the series as soon as it was being released, but I'm really happy to have been caught up already, and I really look forward to the next volume that might be coming out in November, I believe. But yeah, Blue Exorcist. Those were my top 5 shonen series, plus some honorable mentions. Of course, I have a whole collection of different shonen series that didn't make the cut, but you know, they're still my favorite series of all time. Of course, if it's in my collection, they have to be considered my favorites at least. But yeah, if you guys have any more recommendations of shonen series that I don't have but you do, please feel free to leave a comment down below. Or if there are any series that you don't like in my collection, leave a comment as well. Of course, let me know your thoughts. I love kind of talking with different people about which ones are their favorites, and I love seeing different perspectives of what they think. And yeah, feel free to leave a comment down below or follow me on Instagram and TikTok and let me know your thoughts there. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, subscribe, and push the notification bell button so that you can be alerted of when I post next. Bye!